What's up, YouTubers? Second video of the day. I know, it's crazy. Catching up for the week. Second video of the day. Working on the Jeep. Check it out. So, let's take this off. Man, Nick even painted over the damn windshield washer nozzles with his red blood splatter paint. What the hell? This one must be stripped. There it is. Well, that's not good. If it's stripped, that means it's stripped into the tub because somebody over tightened it. Now, a common problem that people talk about in their YJs is when they start getting a puddle on the floor when the top is up and the doors are closed. And sometimes that puddle on the floor is caused by not having a mesh screen in this vent, this cowl vent, C-O-W-L, cowl. And what happens is you get a bunch of debris down there and it clogs up a drain line. The drain line comes out of the firewall. I don't know if I can see it. Down underneath this wiring mess. And it's a fairly big drain line, and it goes down, and if it gets clogged up, the water backs up. Once the water backs up into your cowl, it starts to find its way out, and that's by coming down the firewall onto the floor. And that cowl vent is junk. I'll keep the screen because the screen's okay. And the screws that go with it, sheesh. Guess I'll add it to my collection of other screws. So yeah, then that all gets clogged up and then it starts leaking water into the cab. So if you experience that, you need to check your drain line. And I always thought it was best to cut the bottom of it off at an angle so water would drip down the point. If you cut it at an angle like that, then water will drip down the point and drain. So it does. Started here. Just thought of something. I should get a dust mask on. Maybe doing this way wasn't such a good idea. Maybe I should just get the damn paint thinner and be done with it. Because this really sucks. I don't know. Okay, so it's a new day, and I'm gonna keep working on getting this paint off of this Jeep. So I gotta put my mask on. Always, when you're dealing with sanding metal, like especially with paint, especially with older vehicles and rust and stuff like that, always wear a mask of some sort. This is an N95 by 3M. They sell them at Walmart. It was real cheap. But always, always, always protect your respiratory system, okay? Can't stress that enough. All right, let's get busy. Now I do have that wheel that I've been using. The abrasive wheel works really well. Actually, I need to get a new one because the real diameter of it's about like that. And obviously it's been worn down pretty good. So I'm gonna save this for when I get to really rusty area. And otherwise I'm just gonna use a palm sander with 60 grit. And let's make magic happen. Okay, so there is some kind of coating on the front of this, or some kind of coating here. It goes back, and it goes back to here. I can't say for sure what it is, but I imagine it's some kind of rust preventive. But, boy, that thing's a pain. Makes it hard to get the paint off down there. And, wow, yeah. So back here I need to use the wheel. This is gonna be a nightmare along the bottom there. And I gotta get the rest of this hardware off. Let me take this thing off. So it's starting to look a little bit less like Nick's Jeep and a little bit more like a Jeep that's in a body shop getting work done. I'm kind of happy with this progress so far with getting this paint off. This fender here is in good shape. It really is. Now that I'm getting the paint off of it, it's solid. There's no rust. This is bent just a little bit right here. It's bent down. But that's actually good because that'll allow the water to drip off of that instead of running down along and rotting it out. So I'm okay with that bend right there. But it's a solid fender. There's no rot down here. Again, there's some kind of preventive coating right there. This orbital, yeah, I keep calling it an orbital. This palm sander is working really, really well at getting this paint off. It's 60 grit sandpaper, and 60 grit is pretty rough, really. But it's leaving a nice smooth surface. It really is smooth. Now up here it's rougher because I was using that wheel, but I'm gonna go over this with the palm sander. And some in here too. So yeah, I'm thinking within the next 2 weeks I should have enough time to get the paint off of the body. And I mean, I'm gonna have to take these rails off for the soft top so I can get up here into this lip. And so I want to get the rest of the hood latch hardware out. In 2 weeks, should have all the paint off of the body. Realistically, I could do it in a day if I had all day to work on it, but I don't have all day to work on it. And this fender with the rot, you know, I don't know. I feel like the money should be invested into the drivetrain versus worrying about a fender, especially since in theory it will not be street legal because I don't have intentions on making it street legal. So I think I'm actually just going to Bondo that really good. I'm going to get a Dremel and I'll cut out the areas that are rotted, and then I'll see if I can salvage some aluminum or some other steel and sort of get a plate in there. And ideally I'd like to weld it, but I'm not a welder and I don't know any people that weld. I could take it to a welding shop and have them do it, but how am I going to get this there? Yes, it still does drive. However, with the condition it's in, if a police officer would see me, I'm sunk. It's not registered, it's not insured, and it's in pieces. So realistically, I will find a way, whether I have to buy a welder and learn how to do it myself, to patch that and get that fixed. So there it is. Before, it's kind of a before and after. Before, red and black. And after, metal. Alright folks, it's that F-150 guy. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do. If you like what you see, give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions about anything, just put them down below. If you have any comments of any kind, any tips, any advice, leave me those comments as well. I'd appreciate it. That's it for now. We'll catch you up next week or the week after or before that. We'll see what happens. And hope you all have a great week. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.